Good day all. I'm starting my grammar lessons in May again after giving it a break for April because April didn't seem like a month in which we could do things like normal. Things are still not normal, but since I do believe that education is one place in which you can make the greatest intervention when you want to bring in change, I thought I'll just start my lessons anyway. And this is a grammar lesson which might help you with English. And the reason English might bring in some strength to this fight is because if you know English, you will probably read more. You will read about history of what things that happen in other countries, which might broaden your outlook, which then might wake you up to the fact that there are things that need changing here. So with that in mind, I'm resuming my grammar lessons, and whenever you get the time, I hope you will make use of it. So today I'm starting the question form because I've kind of finished all the simple tenses, and I thought I'll do the question form. And I picked a poem, which actually it's a song, has been part of this protest. It's from Les Miserables. Do you hear the people sing? Because it's a very good song to show a particular question form called the yes-no question. Now in English, when you ask questions, there are many ways of asking questions. The two main the categories are called the yes-no question and the WH question. The yes-no is called that because when you ask that question, the answer would be yes or no. For example, do you eat meat? Are you a vegetarian? Yes, no, the answer would be yes, no. WH questions, WH are question words. Why, when, where, what, and then of course you have how also, though it's an H, that also comes under that category. So then there are these question words starting with WH and an H alone, in which the answer would be more detailed. For example, what is your name would have a real answer and not just yes or no. So these two categories are there. I will talk about both of them, and today I will speak about the yes-no question and show you this song which deals directly with that kind of question. And let me, I think, start with the poem, because if you were following the resistance at Galle-Face, on one day there was a lot of singers who got together, and this song was sung. Do you hear the people sing? Right? And this is taken from a musical based on Les Miserables, Victor Hugo's book. Les Miserables, it was turned into film, it was turned into musical, and the film was the musical, so that also had this song. And I will put that song in my comment section, both the Broadway version and the film version. Exquisitely done productions, both of them. And I think the English show is it's the most longest running Broadway musical in West End, which is in London. And it's a very, very famous musical. It's all available online, these songs. Please watch them, because the music is some of the most powerful I have heard. Right? So let me start by just reading it first and then showing you how the question form is used here. Okay? So the writer is someone called Kreutzer, because when you write to musicals, you forget who the lyric writer is. You remember the song so much. It's Herbert Kretzmer. Do you hear the people sing? Do you hear the people sing, singing a song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you join in our crusade? Who will be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see? Then join in the fight that will give you the right to be free. Do you hear the people singing a song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you give all you can give so that our banner may advance? Some will fall and some will live. Will you stand up and take your chance? The blood of the martyrs will water the meadows of France. And then it goes back to the chorus, which is, do you hear the people sing? It's a very powerful song, and within the Broadway, within the story, it's sung by a group of students, very young people, who are finally tired of the corruption and exploitation that the rulers of France had done. Les Miserables is about poor people, about how one man was imprisoned for stealing a loaf of bread, I think, and and then there is so much more corruption that never gets punished. It's only the poor man who gets caught. So, and this group of students try to do a revolution, and they fail. They're all killed actually at the end, except one man. And it's a very powerful, sad story. But in a way, it's not a tragedy, because goodness wins. The good person finally does win. John, look at these songs on the internet. They are very powerful. So I don't have to explain. It's very simple English. But look at the form. Do you hear the people sing? So do you, and if it's singular, does she, does he. Those are common ways of starting yes no questions, unless it is the be verb, because will you join, that's a different. If it's a be verb, it do or doesn't have to come, only the will or whatever. Let's start there. Look at the last verse, the first line. Will you give all you can give so that our banner may advance? Some will fall and some will live. Will you stand up and take your chance? Let's take the be verb first. For example, I can say, I am a teacher. That's a sentence. I am a teacher. Am I a teacher? Be can jump over the first subject. I don't say I am a teacher, and if it's a question, I becomes you, no? I don't question myself normally. So I am a teacher, the question will be, am I a teacher? If I am asking myself, or if you're asking, am becomes are, I becomes you. Are you a teacher? That I will do next week, where I do a poem by Emily Dickinson. I am nobody. I'll go to that later. I just want to show you here that the be verb can jump over the subject. Sometimes the have verb can jump. Have you a pen? But no other verb jumps in modern English, right? So because they don't jump over the subject, what happens is we bring in a helping verb, do. If it's plural, it's do. If it's singular, do becomes does. And whatever the changes, for example, Malati eats fish. The eats, there's an S now when it's third person singular. We did this some time ago. Malati eats fish. Now, eats Malati fish, we don't say anymore in modern English. So, Malati is singular. So, we bring the word do. The singular form is does. Does Malati eat fish? That S goes away. The singular sense of the S comes to the do. So, does Malati eat fish? My children eat fish. My children is plural. So, do my children or do your children eat fish? So, do for plural, does for singular. If it's you, whether it's singular or plural, we always use do. Do you eat fish? Do you smoke? Do you want a drink? Right? Because if it's a be verb, it will jump before the subject. I've explained what subject position is. No other verb can. Have can. Have can be both. Do you have a car? Have you a car? Both are correct. That's one verb in which both can be used. But every other verb, do or does. So if you look at this song, do you hear the people sing? If I say I hear the people sing, the question is, do you hear the people sing? Singing a song of angry men. I really think this song is very suitable for the current Sri Lankan situation where many people are angry. So he's asking, do you hear? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. So finally people are getting up, people are saying enough. Enough being treated like we do not matter. We won't be treated like slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. So tomorrow is the future. It's the hope of young people here, and I think even in this country, the young people started it, not our generation at all. There is hope for a better tomorrow. Now the questions. Will you join in our crusade? Yes or no? I will join. Will I join? Will you join in our crusade? Crusade was originally, very much connected to religion when they try to convert people. A crusade is when you fight for a cause, for a reason. Question. Who will be strong and stand with me? Now that is a yes, no, not a yes, no question. It's a WH question, which I will teach you later, very soon in the following lessons. Beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see? Beyond our borders, do you see a world that you want to see? I long to see means I dream of seeing it. Then if that is the case, join in the fight that will give you the right to be free. Then fight now so that we will be free later. Again the chorus. Again a question. Will you give all you can give? To fight, it's never easy to fight. You have to give up a lot of things because others are not giving up what they can easily give up. Will you give all you can give so that our banner may advance? Advance means move forward. Banner can be a flag, can be some saying. Here I think it means a flag. Some will fall and some will live. Not everyone is going to come out of this alive. In France, in fact, except one, all these young people died who are singing this. Will you stand up and take your chance? Will you stand up? I will stand up. Will I stand up? Will you stand up? That's a future. I will. We learn the future tense. Future has will. It's a be verb. That can jump. I will stand up. So every future tense in simple has the be verb, because that is the helping verb for a future tense. I will go, I will come, I will stand. So the moment there is a be verb as a main verb also can jump. Be verb as a helping verb also can jump. So in the future, you don't have to have do or does, because the be verb is a helping verb and the helping verb can jump over the subject. Will you stand? I will stand. Will you stand? She will come. Will she come? Because every future has the be, will. For the helping verb, you can jump. Now, if you're talking about the future, there are also modals. She can come. She ought to come. She might come. Remember this, every modal can also be put forward. Can she come? Will she come? Can she come? Should she come? Ought she come? Every modal verb can also jump over the subject just like the be verb and be there in the future. Now, what happens in the past tense? Do and does become did. Simple. Do and does become did, and the past tense verb becomes the normal base form verb. For example, she came yesterday. The sentence is she came yesterday. Did she come yesterday is the question. She came yesterday, past tense to yesterday. So you don't say do or does, you say did. Did she came becomes come. It goes back to the normal base form of the verb. Did she come yesterday? Did you speak with him? Nimal spoke with Kanti. Did Nimal speak with Kanti? Not did Nimal spoke. Because the past tense meaning shifts to the do, the helping verb. In the question form is the do verb. So do does in the present, did in the past. When the meaning of singular or the tense goes to the do verb, the main verb goes back to the base form. Did Nimal speak with Kanti? Right? In the future, because the be verb is the helping verb, or the modals can be helping verbs, all they will do is the helping verb jumps in front of the subject. Can you come? Can Hamid play the violin? Hamid can play the violin. Can Hamid play the violin? Do you understand? It's not very difficult. Just clear your head into these sections. I'll be doing 4 lessons on the question form, revising as we go. So this is the song I chose first. So, will you give all you can give so that our banner may advance? Some will fall and some will live. Very, very sad sentence. Will you stand up and take your chance? Take your chance means it's a risk. You might die or you might live. Are you willing to stand up? I am willing. Are you willing? So, present continuous, which you haven't done before. The be verb can jump. The blood of the martyrs will water the meadows of France. Martyr means somebody who dies for a cause. Right? And he says, this is happening in France. Their blood will water the meadows, which are like dying. The country is dying and the blood will give life back to the earth of France. And I really, really, really hope no bloodbath is going to happen here. And I hope democracy will win, where the people's will prevail at the end. Okay, so I gave you a poem which is important that you know at this time. This was sung in Golface, and I showed you the words and also explained how to use the yes/no question when you're dealing with making a question in English. Thank you very much.